Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Charlie went ahead and cleaned off the backing plate. He went ahead and sprayed it black, which is nice. Okay, you want to make sure everything's clean. And what we got here, we got our wheel cylinder, okay? I notice there's a copper. What's this for, Charlie?
Brake line?
Don't lose it. Okay. Okay, we got our wheel cylinder. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and install our wheel cylinder back in. And it's going to go exactly how it came out. There. Okay, that's done. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to take your push rods that go into your wheel cylinder. You want to go ahead and apply a small amount of grease to it. Okay, so you go ahead and take your push rod, just stick it in there just like that, and what that's going to do, that's going to lube that up, and it's going to make it fit very well without disturbing our rubber. See what I'm talking about, Charlie? Now, if you have a problem putting your brakes on, always refer to the other side. Okay, that's why you only want to take one at a time off. You don't want to do them both. You want to go one at a time and make sure that you leave one set on there. So if you get confused, because there's a lot of springs on here and there's a lot of parts, and we don't want to confuse ourselves. Am I right, Charlie? The next thing we're going to do is we are going to find out which brake shoe goes where, okay? So if we look right here, this is the brake shoe. This brake shoe right here is the one that was on the front. So what we'll do is we'll take our new brake shoe and we're going to line it up, okay? We're going to make sure that we're getting the right one. Now, if you look at the brake shoes, you're going to see, okay, that there's a big difference. Do you see that, Charlie?
Yep.
And what did I tell you earlier?
The biggest one goes on the back.
The big one goes on the back because that's where all the force of the brakes are actually happening, okay? Do you see that? So we know that's a back brake. Let's put that right there, okay? So we're going to get the small one, which is that one right there. Do you see that? Okay, does that look the same? Okay, and we're not going to throw that away. The next thing that we want to do, we want to get our spring kit out. Where's our spring kit? Right here, okay? You need to replace your springs if possible. If you can't afford it, we're going to go ahead and replace the springs. Another item that we're going to use here is our adjuster, self-adjuster, okay? This comes in a kit as well, all right? And it's important that you replace that, okay? If you can't afford it, don't replace it, okay? Do the best. Do the best you can without it, but if you can afford it, replace it. The adjuster is a very, very tricky situation, okay? Refer to the old adjuster, which is on here. Okay, let's look at that. Always refer to your old pieces, okay, and put them back together exactly how they came apart. So if I'm looking at this one here, I see that this is the outside, and that I take this here and it has an L on it, so that does mean that we're on the right track here, and that will fit inside there just like that. Okay, and then I will go ahead and install my spring. Alright, so what we want to do, we want to make sure that we got the right brake shoes on the right side. Let's go ahead and install that spring on our new one. Get through your spring kit, find your spring, go ahead and install it, just like you see here. Okay, So that one is ready to install. All right, let's keep that like that. We're not going to put it on yet. What else do we got? We got our adjuster that we got to rig up here. Get the grease, Charlie.
Right there by your foot.
Can you hold that for me, please? What you want to do with your self-adjuster, or should I just say adjuster, okay? The self-adjuster is actually that arm-looking thing, that dog leg-looking thing. We want to unscrew that just like you're looking at here. And what we're going to do, to make sure that this stays lubrified and lubricated and the brake dust doesn't ruin it, do you see what I'm saying, Charlie? We're going to go ahead and just dip it in our grease again, just like you see. And then we will start screwing it back on all the way down to where it's nothing. Now, where's our old one so I can show them? Okay. Do you see the situation we have? Look at the corrosion you have. Look at the, okay, it still works, but, okay, that is an old piece. These kits that I am showing you, these application kits, these spring kits, these self-adjuster kits, they're very, very inexpensive. I think that the this one kit cost $18 or $19 and the other kit cost $16 or $15, I don't remember. But they're very inexpensive, and you know, what you're dealing with here is you're dealing with human lives, okay? Let's do the best job we can to get the best braking power and do it properly. Am I right, Charlie?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll set that down. We don't need that yet. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and install our brake pads, okay? We also have a retainer cup, okay? And that's anti-squeak situation, so we're not rubbing on the brakes. So that goes on as well. And then we have the retainer clip, okay? And that's the pain in the ass. Now, we got two different size springs here, okay? The yellow spring, the short spring, would go on the adjuster side, and the big spring would go on the side that doesn't have the adjuster because it doesn't have that extra thickness of steel there, so that's what the situation is. So we will go ahead and install our rear brake pad first, okay? We'll go ahead and put that on here just like that, Charlie. And always remember to line up your wheel cylinder stud. Hold that right there, okay, because we're not done yet. You're going to take your adjuster plate. You're going to stick in your steel sleeve bushing, just like you see right there, okay? And then you're going to stick that on there as well. Where's the spring at, Charlie? Where's our little red spring at? We're missing our...
Right there.
Okay. This is an adjuster spring that goes right here. Do not forget to put that in. If you forget to put that in, you're screwed. But we're not putting it in yet, because what we're going to do is we are going to install our adjuster, just like so. Do you see what I'm doing, Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay, now, the way that I do this, I take channel lock pliers, I open them up one notch, and then I grab the lip of my retainer clip in the grooves of the, okay, they actually make a tool for this. I don't do brakes all the time, so I don't have the tools, the specialty tools, and I'm like you, I'm doing this just like you would do it, okay, without buying all the special shit you need, okay, to do it. So before we do that, we got to put our spring on there, Charlie. Okay, the spring has got to be installed, and then we're going to go ahead and put our retainer clip on there, and we're going to lock it all in place, just like so. We're going to give it a twist, and it'll lock. You can let go now. That's not all the way proper. This goes just like that. Before you put this brake pad on, brake shoe, what you want to do is install your brake shoe stopper plate, okay? That has to be installed next. And then, while you're holding that on there, okay, this is going to save you a lot of time. You want to take your spring and hook it on there just like you see me doing, okay? And pull up on it, get it on there. It's not the easiest fucking job. And roll it around, Charlie, to hook in there. The final and last job that we are going to do to install our brake shoes is we are going to put the bottom spring on. Now you're going to look at that spring and you're going to say one end is longer than the other. Okay, so it would be natural that the long side would go on the adjuster side to clear and compensate. The last and final thing we're going to do, and this is closed all the way, okay, as our adjuster, is we are going to slide our adjuster in place. If Charlie could give a little pull on that. There you go. Thank you. And as you see, voila. Brakes are installed. Everything's done. But we're not done there, Charlie. We got a problem with our fucking drums. What is that? There's no adjuster hole to adjust the brakes.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.